What is happening with Mixtape? Everyone is loving it, but also hating it. Is it good? What are the mechanics about? What's up with the tongue? Well, that's today's topic. Welcome to this Mixtape review. Without any spoilers, I'm just going to show you a few clips that won't ruin the experience at all. Trust me, I'm the kind of person who hates watching movie or game trailers because nowadays most of the trailers already show the best moments. So trust me on this one. If it is your first time here, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm David. I'm a game programmer. I have experience working on indie games and AAA games that I can't talk about yet. And I created this channel to practice my English. That's why you probably notice my weird accent. I'll get better, hopefully. But most of all, this is my place to share my love for video games, recommend you games, and keep you company while you do the dishes or clean your room, or I'm not sure what you're doing, but thank you for being here. So, what is Mixtape? And remember, this is my review. This is how the game made me feel. It might be different for you. You and I are totally different people. And that's the amazing thing about life, finding new ideas or thoughts through someone else's experience. So, with all that clear, let's begin. Mixtape is a narrative adventure video game told through music, emotions, and interactions. I mean, the game mechanics. Where it is the 90s and three friends enjoyed their last night together. I know you may already have a lot of questions, and that definition didn't help at all. So let's analyze it sentence by sentence. Sentence is a narrative adventure video game. I mean, if someone had told me 2 weeks ago that I was to enjoy a game like this, I wouldn't have believed them at all because I don't like these kind of games. Someone call it interactive movies. And why? Well, I like video games because they allow me to do different things, like moving, jumping, even solving puzzles, and so on. So I don't like the idea of just watching cinematics and selecting things like, hey, go do that, or hey, let's choose the second option of this dialogue and see the result. But in Mixtape, it is not like that. And thank you to Kind of Funny for clarifying this in their podcast with the game developers. If you live under a rock and you don't know Kind of Funny, I'll leave a link to that podcast in the description. It's a great one. What Mixtape does is use different elements that makes you feel like you are inside of this game. For instance, in the opening scene, all of the main characters are skating down hills and you're one of them. You can move left, right, jump, and do, I don't know the name, we call it skateboard tricks. And this mechanic is used multiple times throughout the game in different ways. Every time there was always a surprise. There are more mechanics too, like the ones from the trailer, like throwing paper at houses, the tongue thing, and more, like the one that you fly for 2 seconds. So it's like playing a more, and stay with me, a more simplified version of a split fiction. And I mean, where you constantly playing different mechanics. Think of them, I don't want to call them like that, but like mini games. Well, we can call it experiences. So those experiences makes you feel like you're inside of this world, like you are really there hanging out with them. But what really surprised me is how carefully crafted every mechanic feels. There is a lot of attention to detail and makes the experience much more immersive. So don't worry about the narrative pop-up selections. And of course, you won't be playing the whole time. There are a few cinematics, but the gameplay sections show up exactly where they need to. There were a few moments where I wish there weren't cinematics, but it's okay. I don't want to complain about that. Something I really love in most of these gameplay moments, you can stay there a little longer. For instance, you are walking around the forest and you want to keep walking and looking around. Well, you can stay there. So you can decide when to leave, and that sense of control make those moments feel even more special. So the last sentence in my definition is told through music, memories, emotions, and interactions. Well, we already discussed the interaction. So the game is called Mixtape for a reason, and the story is told through a soundtrack where each chapter is represented by a song. That makes every moment feel even more meaningful. Imagine you're walking down the street, but you're listening to your favorite song. It feels completely different, right? Regarding memories and emotions, since it's the last day together, and don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. They all talk about life, what's coming next, what really makes people friends, what makes them feel so strongly connected, what will they miss about each other, why is this last day so special. The game uses different memories that allow you to step into the character's shoes so you can start caring about them and understanding why they feel the way they do. So when they feel excited, sad, you can feel it too. And that's pretty magical. So, by combining gameplay mechanics with music that elevates every moment and memories that let you step into the character shoes, you really feel you are right there with them. And that's what surprised me the most because even though Mixtape is heavily inspired by that era, that game it is not really about a specific decade. You might say, but it's a story about the 90s. I'm not from that time. I mean, me neither. I wasn't a teenager back then. I was just a baby. So the music and that specific time period weren't supposed to connect with me. I'm even from a different country, so our cultures are completely different. For instance, here we listen music in Spanish. Of course, we listen music in English as well, but you get the idea. But besides all that, you'll I'm completely sure you'll find at least one thing that connects with you. It could be remembering your friends, your last day of school, knowing you'll miss them, or just remembering all the crazy and stupid things you did as a teenager, or maybe it it will even make you connect with your parents if they were teenagers in the 90s. And that was the thing that hit hardest for me because my mom was a teenager in the 90s, and sadly she passed away 2 years ago, and I miss her with all my heart. So this game made me think about what kind of music she listened when she was young, what dreams she had when she was younger. And that is just one example. The writing in this game is so good, and when I say good, I mean the conversations they have. Every word has a meaning and a purpose that makes you think about things you never thought before or just remind you about things about life. For instance, it reminds me one of the most basic things. Why do we even listen to music? And how powerful music can be and how it can elevate every second of our lives instead of making life feel like it's just passing by too fast. So don't worry about whether this game is even a game, it's an experience. And if you're open to feeling something new and different, give it a try. It's not an expensive game, it's a short experience. So instead of wasting time checking all the negative reviews, maybe just give it a try. And maybe you'll find something you didn't know about yourself. If not, well, that's okay too. There are thousands of other games you can play, and games aren't meant to be enjoyed by everyone. Games are about having fun, so just find the one that elevate your moments. And this one was the one for me. I won't give this game a score. I'm not saying this is the greatest masterpiece ever made, but this game, well, sometimes you can't put feelings and experiences into a number. This game will live deep in my heart for many years because it really connected with me. It made me cry because it helped me find new ways to connect with my mom. So, to Beethoven and Dinosaur team, I know you'll probably never hear this. Thank you for creating this experience, and thank you to Kinda Funny, especially Tim Geddes and Nick Cortez for putting this game on my radar. See you next time.